After what has been undoubtedly the worst 5 years of his career, Kevin Feige is looking to leave Marvel for Star Wars? This is coming from Bounding into Comics. Great guys over there. Make sure you check out their site. But there's a rumor that they're talking about that insinuates that Kevin Feige might be going to Star Wars. To handle Star Wars, that is. Well, let's take a look at everything. Star Wars is in a bad place right now. Marvel's in a bad place right now. Is this really the direction that Star Wars should be going? I struggle to get excited about Star Wars or Marvel things anymore because of how poorly things have been moving. The Marvels is coming out this week. The big premiere was just the other day. And let's just be honest here. It is not blowing anybody away. It's considered by many that have seen it to be one of the worst Marvel movies that have ever come out. So, do we really want someone like Kevin Feige, who has put his name on these Marvel projects the last 5 years that have just been as terrible, if not more terrible than what Star Wars has been? So let's see what they have to say about this here. It says, the latest rumor comes from Scooper My Time to Shine H. The Scooper claims on X, Kevin Feige is thinking about leaving Marvel after Secret Wars and take over the Star Wars franchise. Now, Secret Wars is not the next Avengers film, but the one after that. I think at this point, it's due to come out in 2027, 2028, maybe somewhere around there. So we've got a few years. There's a few years to go. But regardless, I don't think with his track record right now that putting someone who has failed as much as he has been failing into a failing franchise is going to do any good. Let's also not forget that he was going to supposedly have his own Star Wars project he was going to work on, a film under Kathy Kennedy. However, just the other day, Kevin Feige has basically said, nope, that's not happening. It's not happening. So, what do we think about this? Well, a lot of people want to talk about Kathy Kennedy and how she's on her way out. Let's face it, since 2018, people have been saying Kathy Kennedy is leaving Lucasfilm or she's going to be fired, just for her to sign an extension every couple years. She is just, she can't be removed. We want her gone, but it's just not happening. So what is it that makes people think that Kevin Feige will go into that role? Now, obviously, Bob Iger has a good relationship with Kevin Feige. Look at what Feige has accomplished from 2009 to 2019. He made some of the biggest blockbusters in Hollywood during that 10-year span, making Disney buku amounts of money. Yet, since 2019, he's made some of the most underperforming superhero films. Can we sit there and say that there's superhero fatigue? You can go that route. But when you get down to it, the quality of these films, the quality of what has been put out, not just from Marvel, but DC and everything else, has not been great, has not been good. But here we sit. Kevin Feige maybe going to Star Wars. I don't buy it. I don't think that's what's going to happen. Let's see. Back in 2019, it was told to The Hollywood Reporter, we're excited about the projects Kathy and Lucasfilm are working on, not only in terms of Star Wars, but also Indiana Jones. And, well, we saw how that played. Let's see. And reaching into other parts of the company, including Children of Blood and Bone, with Emma Watson Fox. With the Skywalker saga, or the close of the Skywalker saga, Kathy is pursuing a new era in Star Wars storytelling, and knowing what a diehard fan Kevin is, it made sense for these two extraordinary producers to work on Star Wars film together. And that was Alan Horn who talked to The Hollywood Reporter then. But again, this is 2019. And since then, let's look at it. What Star Wars movie has been made since The Rise of Skywalker? Not a single one. They can't get one made. What is going on at Lucasfilm? What is going on with Star Wars? Why can't they get any projects made? To me, it's that they're just so out of touch what Star Wars is, with what the fandom desires, with what will make a good Star Wars movie, and that's why they can't just get anything together. Favreau and Filoni had a plan with the Mandoverse. They've had a plan. That's why it's worked. Yeah, it's had some down moments, but for the most part, I enjoy what Favreau and Filoni have done. But unfortunately, they're not in charge of the films. So whoever's in charge of the films, looks like it's Kathy Kennedy, has no idea what she's doing. So the fact that a potential Kevin Feige film just got tossed away, it's no shock, no surprise, nothing. I mean, honestly, in 2019, I was excited. I thought, hey, Kevin Feige putting together a Star Wars movie. And then there was all that rumor that Brie Larson was going to be in it, which really, really was disappointing because, well, Brie Larson. So we don't know why things fell apart, but things fell apart. But here we go. Yet again, more rumors that he's going to take over Star Wars. I think these rumors even happened in 2019 or 2020 when people were talking about Kathy Kennedy being fired. Oh, Kevin Feige is going to take over. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see why you would hire a currently failing producer to go to a failing company, a failing brand, of a failing franchise, and hope that the two failures can make something work. Now, I will say that if Feige were to go over there, I think we would see an uptick in projects actually being made. I think things would be followed through. I think that we would see more Star Wars than we saw since between 2012 and now. But is that a good thing or a bad thing? I really don't know what to think about that. I really don't. But let me know your thoughts. Would you want to see Kevin Feige come and destroy Star Wars? If he would destroy Star Wars with what he's done to Marvel, I think it would happen. Or do you want to see Kathy Kennedy stay on? Do you want to see somebody else come on? Or do you want them to just, walk away from Star Wars for about 10, 15 years? Let all the negativity die down and maybe, just maybe, bring George Lucas back at some point and set things right. I'll catch you all later.